So, how is it already July? Like 6 months gone. Poof, just like that. Blinked once and we went from vision boards and green juices to, wait, actually, did I go to the gym last month? If you're anything like me, you're looking back at the first half of 2025 with a mix of, wow, I really did that, and life really did that to me. There were answered prayers and missed alarms, laughs that healed and tears that humbled, some goals crushed and others politely rescheduled to future us to deal with. But now the gag is future us is here. Back in part 1 of this rebrand series, we talked about going back to the original blueprint, who God created us to be. Rebrand. We're all rebranding. Find your own brand, because sometimes I think we're so caught up in rebranding over and over and over again that we never even actually commit to our truest self and to our true brand. We never even actually commit to our truest self and to our true brand. Truest self and to our true brand. And I think in order to get to your true brand, you have to remember your original brand. Not some new persona, but the real, grounded, ordained version of us. That version that knows that rest is productive, gratitude is power, and your worth is certainly not tied to your to-do list. But now that the glitter from January has settled and we've lived a little, maybe even stumbled a bit, maybe danced through it, it's time to check in. What does the rebrand look like now? How are we stewarding the rest of 2025? And more importantly, how are we showing up for ourselves and others from here on out? Listen, I don't have all the answers, I promise you I don't. I'm not your fairy god coach.
She was a fairy. Yeah, she was a fairy.
But what I do have is a toolkit, a reset plan, if you will, that honors the messy middle and celebrates the growth, even if the growth was a little crooked, and sets us up to finish the year with intention, alignment, and even a little audacity. So get comfy, because by the end of this video, you're not just gonna feel empowered, you're gonna remember you've always had what it takes. You just needed a mid-year nudge to see it again. Let's rebrand again. Welcome to the video, my loves. Hey, my loves, welcome back to the channel, and welcome if you are new here. My name is Nia. If you watch Rebrand Part 1, first of all, thank you so much. I love you. I cried editing that video, but if you haven't watched it, go watch it, check it out, get like up to date on what we're doing here on this like beautiful, wonderful, chaotic journey that we're on together. And then we're going to do a rebrand Part 2 to make sure we're set up for the rest of this year, okay? 6 months down, 6 months to go. So sit down, grab a cute little drink you drink, a little something, and we're going to get into how to reset your fitness, wellness, and just like your mental space for the rest of the year. Clock it first. The first step in any good mid-year reset is you need to clock in. It's time to tap in. It's time to check in to see what's going on. We need to do a status check of how the first 6 months of this year is going so that we know how to adjust, pivot, and move correct for the rest of the year. So like, where are we at emotionally, mentally, physically? Are we eat, pray, loving, and minding our business? Okay, first I like to ask myself, I love to get out my journal and write this first thing down. What is fueling me and what is draining me? Am I spending hours scrolling on TikTok, but there's like a book that I've been halfway through and have yet to finish? Or am I connecting with the people who like fill up my cup, that when I'm in the room with them or have a FaceTime conversation with them or just hop on a quick phone call and I just feel warm inside after that conversation? Have I been connecting with them? Have I been answering my text messages, answering my calls? Or also, just as important, who are the people and the things that are stressing you out? You don't feel good after you have a conversation with them. You go to those environments and you don't feel safe. You don't feel seen. Where and what are those places, people, and things where you feel like you're getting drained? And also, this applies digitally. Please do not forget, we live in such a digital age. Make sure you're doing a digital detox this time of year. Check, who am I following? Do I need to unfollow, block? Forget mute, okay? If you're muting me, just unfollow me, please. Don't even click mute. Scroll a little bit down and click unfollow. That's what you need to do to people, okay? Don't mute them, then they've got to go. You know what it never was? That serious. Unfollow. And sometimes you don't even have to overthink your wellness journey or your mid-year reset. It could be literally deleting TikTok for a week and then you realize suddenly, wow, I actually do have time for the things that I was like stressed and procrastinating over because I felt like I didn't have time. And here's the real one. Here's the real kicker. How do you feel in your body right now? And not just how do I look? Do I have that six-pack? Did I lose weight? Did I gain weight? No. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel energized? Do you feel well rested? Do you feel joyful, excited? what are the actual tangible feelings that you feel in your body, not just the way that it looks in the mirror. Because first of all, that changes every month. And personally, I'm going through like my 15th puberty as a woman, and I'm just wondering like when that's gonna stop, and I don't think it does. But that's why you can't just rely on aesthetics, fitness, all those things alone. You really have to check in with your body, check in with your doctors, your therapist, your blood work. Okay, check. All right, and number numero dos, mommy, numero dos. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to say that I said it. I hate to say that I said it. I hate to be the one, because the self-improvement girlies, if I'm one of them, I'm one of them. But the self-improvement girlies, wellness girlies love to try and vision board their way out of everything. And I promise you, you can't vision board your way out of bad habits, babe. And I know, I love a little vision board too. I love a prayer board. I love to eat, pray, love, and mind my business. But real rap, no cap, you can't rebrand if you haven't even mastered the basics of where you're trying to go. If you would see yourself being, you know, that girl, whatever that means to you, honoring your original brand and honoring the God-given things that are in you, you have to be able to master the basics. Can you get your 10K steps in a day if you want to have a solid wellness and fitness routine? Have you made your appointment to go to the doctor? If you want to be healthy, if you wanted to focus on gratitude and being more present, are you whipping out your journal every day? Are you writing out your gratitude? What are the things that you're doing to master the basics that are going to get you a little bit incrementally every day to where you need to go? You know, I swear by daily joys, and you've seen it in my videos, my vlogs multiple times. Daily joys for me, what that means is things that you can turn to every single day that make you just incrementally a little bit better every day. But it's not anything major. It's getting outside, it's reading a couple pages in your book, it is praying, it is just spending some quiet time. Whatever those things look like for you, you just identify 3 to 5 items. Nothing big, nothing too much of a drastic list to add on to the already tall amount of things that you have to do. And what you're going to do is, whenever you're just tired, exhausted, or you're just having a bad day and you feel like everything has not gone right, these are the things that you can lean back on and say, okay, at least I took some time to write in my journal today and write about my gratitude. At least I took some time to pray today. At least I took some time to to hydrate, to take my vitamins. Nothing's more nostalgic than the ice cream man in the summertime. We should turn this into a trap mix. Anyway, now that the ice cream man is gone, like, I want you to make sure that this next 6 months going in, you have a workout routine that you can actually realistically commit to. Not the one of your favorite fitness influencer, not my workout routine, one that you feel like you can either return back to when you kind of get off for a day or two, something that excites you and something that pushes you and challenges you. If you're a mother, if you're working full time, if you are looking for jobs, if you're a student, whatever your schedule and your time looks like, especially for this next 6 months, make sure that you have something realistically that doesn't overwhelm you, but it pushes you, it challenges you, and you feel excited about it. Can we check in on the fact, like, are you even hydrating? If one of your goals was to clear your skin and you haven't even touched a drop of water, you just keep touching martinis and that tequila and a margarita, what? You're not mastering the basics. I have nothing left to tell you. You can't out vision board that. You can't eat, pray, love, and mind your business out of not hydrating. Numero tres, mommy. You're going to celebrate. And if anyone knows me, you know me personally, you know my favorite pastime is to celebrate me, to celebrate my friends, to celebrate my family, to celebrate whatever. If you got an A on a test, we're celebrating. If you got a new job, we're celebrating. If you hit a new PR in the gym, we're celebrating. If you stuck to your routine this week, we're celebrating. I feel like I'm the queen of celebrating and experiencing life as it's happening. And while, yes, you have to have some form of delayed gratification, you can't just, pop bottles of champagne because you woke up this morning. I mean, amen. But You can't keep moving the goalpost every time that you get so close to it, and then you don't feel satisfied, you don't feel happy, you don't feel excited, and you're not celebrating and being present. If your goal was to save $100 and you get to $90, and then you say, wait, never mind, I want to save $5,000, and you're no longer satisfied with the $100 that you were able to save, please, I beg you, stop moving the goalpost in your happiness. Stop postponing your joy. Enjoy life. Life is right now. Can you feel it? Okay? Can you feel it? Can you hear it? It's the ice cream man outside. It's the sun on your skin. It's the breath in your lungs, okay? Make sure you're enjoying those things and being so grateful and so present, because every time you move the goalpost, it's just delaying your joy. And that just can't happen. You have to choose joy today, every day, even if you haven't yet hit your goals. Please enjoy the process. So whether it looks like how you planned it out to be or not, maybe it even looks better than how you planned it out to be, whatever you need to just be present and celebrate and focus on, please do. And just know that you making it this far in the year in the first place is worth celebrating. Like, so many people have not, and just really focus in on that fact for just a moment. Just be so grateful and say that's worth celebrating. Okay, maybe you didn't hit all of your gym goals, or maybe you didn't go to the gym as many times as you'd hope to, but you did learn how to set boundaries with family and friends. Okay, maybe you didn't journal every day, but maybe you survived the hardest month of your life that you've had to survive thus far. That counts. That counts for something. I spent so much time, I feel like, moving the goalpost for myself that I almost forgot to look around and realize that I'm in the things that I prayed for, that I once prayed for, cried, screamed, kicked, and begged over. And you're gonna miss it if you are already on to the next thing. Let me give you a hug when I say this. Rest in the progress that you've already made. Rest in it. Abide in it. Things of quality have no fear of time. We don't know what's tomorrow. We don't know what's promised for this afternoon. You just have absolutely right now. So please don't rush. And I'm speaking to myself too, okay? This year for me, it's been, I don't know one day if I'm going to have a job or if I'm not. I don't know if I'm deciding to have children or if I'm not. I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm here. So I'm going to celebrate that and be grateful for that and allow things to play out as they need to. I read something the other day that said, it's not hard, it's just new. And while I mostly agree, because if we can be honest, there are some things that are just hard as hell, okay? Grief, trauma, things that are so far out of your control, they're just hard, okay? They're just hard. But when it comes to stepping into this next version of yourself, that's just new. So it often feels so much harder than it is, especially once you get going and once you get consistent on the new habits. And then one day you look back and you're like, wow, I did that. I really did that. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And I feel like that's the scariest part, especially for me, retired, overcoming, perfectionist, whatever the hell. Like, I feel like it's one of the biggest lessons I've learned from the first half of this year, and I'm definitely taking into my reset for the next half of this year, is, you know what it never was? That serious. Like, you're not going to be perfect at the start. You have to be seen trying, and you have to keep going, stumbling, bumbling along the way and learning. And then you just get better along the way, and you just have to keep going instead of like trying to show up and feel like you need to have everything figured out. And when you don't, that makes you stop. So I feel like for me, I'm just like taking the process of enjoyment serious, but not the product as it comes out as serious. And last but not least, you are not a project. You are not a project. You are not something that needs to be fixed and tooled and tweaked all year long, all the time, every 5 seconds. You don't need to rebrand all the time. And remember what I said last time, before you rebrand, truly remember the original brand. The original brand, we're all trying to rebrand into this same version of one another, but really remember the gifts that God has given you and the things that you bring to this world that nobody else can. And those are things that are intrinsically in you. The hobbies and the gifts, the things that you used to just love and light up about, just remember those things as you continue on. And you're truly something to be honored. And that's how you need to treat your process. So yes, reset your habits, because I know you haven't been drinking your water, eat, pray, loving, and mind your business. And you said you were going to start going to the gym on July 1st. And right now I'm going to have to leave you with some homework because you need something tangible to take away from this whole little TED Talk, okay? First, this is super cute. Make sure you create like a personal playlist. Things over this so far this year and even going into the next half of the year. Things that remind you of certain moments, songs that inspire you, a mood, a feeling, a color. I've just been building playlists based off of things that come to me lately, and I feel like that's such a good way to just, especially if you're someone who enjoys music as much as I do, it's a good like reference point. Songs that feel like healing, songs that feel like freedom, songs that feel like enjoyment. Put those things on your playlist, and especially ones that you want to take into the next part of your year, that you want to wake up and play in the morning. Like, yeah. And then number two, especially as someone who likes to romanticize everything, take cute pictures, whatever, document. And that doesn't mean you have to whip out your phone and not be present with the current moment, but just take like progress pictures along the way. Take a picture of the sky, take a picture of the flowers you walk past them, take a picture of the people around you, take a picture of your family members. Just document little things. Maybe even just get a disposable camera. I have to go get some film developed actually. I'll take a couple pictures, and then when you print them out later, you'll be like, wow, like look at these memories captured. But make sure you're capturing the memories along the way. Sometimes honestly, even if they're not cute, if you're just like crying in a corner, because you'll look back and be like, wow, look at how far I've overcome. And last but certainly not least, I've so done this recently and it's brought me so much joy, especially going into the summertime. Do a hobby reset. Reclaim something that you used to love doing and you feel like you haven't had time to do. Make sure you make time to do it, okay? Put down something else that's not serving you, like we talked about in the beginning, and do this hobby. I have been knee deep, as you know, if you've been catching up with the vlogs and stuff, in books and reading, and just feeling like a kid again over the summertime, checking off books on my reading summer list, and I'm absolutely loving it. It doesn't have to be anything expensive, it doesn't have to be anything super grand, but just little things, a hobby that brings you so much joy. Pour some genuine time into it. Maybe find other people who also enjoy that same. Make sure you're doing those hobbies that really are going to enrich you, mind, body, soul, spirit. All right, my love. And just remember, you're right on time. You are never too late for your own life and to your own story. Trust me, if there's anything you've learned, especially from my own story, that everything truly does unfold for a reason. And I just continue to have to remind myself that. I'm going to remind you that. Please don't aim for perfect. It's not a perfect glow up routine. It's peace. Okay? It's peace. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.